they don't know how to sell on video. That's the main thing I think it is. I mean, even the marketers, they don't know how to coach people and their clients on what to say on the video and how to structure it, because it all has a structure. It's a science to it. It's a step-by-step hook, angle, call to actions, telling a story.
You got to show confidence. The consumer doesn't know who you are. They got to feel confident in what you're about to give them via that video.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Blue Collar Boardroom. This is going to be a freaking exciting episode. I've got the Skydiamonds Marketing Team, some good friends of mine. We're going to be talking about artificial intelligence and data taking over the world, the most successful contracting sales funnel of all time, the evolution of Skydiamonds and RRCA and their marketing campaigns. Look, at one time I was just a door-to-door guy. I was traveling around chasing storms, and I knew that social media was the future. Now, I don't know if you're watching this and you know that growing a YouTube, a Facebook, and Instagram, learning how to advertise for profit is the future, but I'm sure you do. Inside this episode, you're going to meet the smart guys behind the scene that are responsible for all the content, all the leads, all the ads, $200 million in results. Let's get started. This is the Skydiamonds Marketing Team. Welcome, guys, to the Blue Collar Boardroom.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
And on right here, we got my man Alejandro Aycart. And everybody, I guess, go around and introduce yourself and tell them what you do.
My name is Alejandro. Basically, I run all the ads, the Facebook ads, the paid ads for RRCA and all Skydiamonds clients, and I'm the marketing president.
Yeah, he's Mr. President, head media buyer, and he's calm, cool, and collected. We've helped hundreds of different contractors advertise in how many different markets you've been advertising in?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
All over the U.S.
Literally all over the United States.
Even California.
Yeah. To his left, we got our friend over here, Mr. Garcia.
Yeah, so my name is Hansel Garcia. I pretty much help with the tech and the business and build software, do full stack development, stuff like that. All the back end boring stuff, the zeros and ones.
Oh boy, the back end boring stuff. We're going to pick apart some different CRMs. So my man Hansel's been picking apart roofing CRMs. He's one of these tech geniuses, and there's these new softwares available in the marketplace that have really disrupted the roofing industry.
Yeah, so we've been developing a couple different apps and software specifically for the roofing business and contractors in general.
And so this group of guys never expected to get pulled into roofing, and that's one of the most beautiful things about this show is, we get every walk of life, every kind of American, and we got my man over here to the right of me, Juan, who handles all the Google advertisement, all the YouTube advertisement, landing page design, and he actually is Alejandro's first protege. And
we can say that.
100%.
When did you tell us your story, man?
So I'm Juan. I basically take care of all the Google for SDU and for his clients. I basically came from Cuba 8 years ago. I grew up in Havana.
What was it like growing up in Cuba?
It was tough, man. I come from a communist family. To be honest,
let's not say that.
Yeah.
Rewind.
Hey, it's the truth.
It is the truth, and it just.
It's different coming into the capitalist world, huh?
100%, but I love it.
What do you like about
opportunity? Opportunity. Yeah, you can get here and build a career if you actually want to and if you work hard enough. So.
Amen. Did you ever think you'd be in the roofing business?
Hell no.
Hell no.
No.
We're gonna be picking Juan's brain about how to really maximize your Google search options. He's really the evolution of Google local services has kind of made it to where anybody could, and with the Google My Business and all these different extra things that you can do to get visibility on the website. So we're going to be talking about reviews, pay-per-click Google advertisement, pay-per-click YouTube advertisement as we go around this awesome episode. And I'm going to be kind of telling you where the best advertising dollars are spent. And we're going to kind of be breaking down, exactly what we've seen as far as successful students getting results. But first and foremost, Alejandro, I kind of wanted to know the background. Like Skydiamonds, we all kind of got started when you were actually doing marketing for RRCA as a different marketing firm.
Yep.
And we don't have to tell who it was or anything, but bottom line is we hit it off and we started working together. And tell them a little insight about our journey advertising in Skydiamonds.
So when I first got here, it was very basic. Everything was basic. We were just running lead generation campaigns. We even used a little bit of image ads and stuff like that until we started working with you, that you really focused on the videos, right? And training people how to sell on video and the scripts and everything, and you really fine-tuned
Well, it's a good
that
point.
portion
I
of
forgot
it.
that because it's basically every other marketing agency out there that's trying to help roofers. They sell them on, we can make you more money. You can advertise for profit. Give me your money, we can make you more money.
Yeah.
But then they don't coach them.
Exactly.
So what happens when you make those promises?
I mean, you under-deliver,
Yeah.
right? Because you tell them you're going to get them all these results. You tell them you're going to get them all these results, and then, you know, they don't shoot the videos. They don't know how to shoot the videos. A lot of people are nervous to get in front of the videos. They don't know what to say, how to sell. And then you end up using an image ad of a messed up roof, and it just gets them a couple leads, and they're not happy, and then they end up canceling.
Well, I've seen a new shift in the market where people are thinking that they can just use random video with text scrolling across it. And
Yeah,
get
that doesn't
some-
work.
And just there's always these shortcuts that they want to take.
Yeah.
And they, being a roofing contractor and advertisement, what's the biggest mistake you think they make in their Facebook ads?
They don't know how to sell on video. That's the main thing I think it is. I mean, even the marketers, they don't know how to coach people and their clients on what to say on the video and how to structure it, because it all has a structure. It's a science to it. It's a step-by-step hook, angle, call to actions, telling a story.
You got to show confidence. The consumer doesn't know who you are. They got to feel confident in what you're about to give them via that video, right? So
Exactly.
Amen. And, people aren't on Facebook to buy a roof. And, what you got to do is you got to get their attention.
Yep.
And, one of the things that, we created for ourselves was a lot of problems when we learned how to advertise with video, because we got more leads than we know what to do with.
Exactly.
Was it Hurricane Michael that one campaign went crazy?
Hurricane Michael.
Man.
Up there, up
You
north in
remember
Florida.
That
yeah.
ad got
Yep.
shared like 500 times.
Yep.
And
And then you donated a roof too, and that one blew up as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
that
remember
one blew up.
actually.
That one
Yeah.
was the best one. I don't know. Right now, I don't know if it's the best one.
Right.
But back then it was.
Absolutely.
It did great.
And we brought Hansel in to kind of help solve a problem. Can you tell them what happens when you are scaling advertising campaigns without the correct back end and system?
You don't know what happens to the leads. So you see the numbers go up on the leads, and you're receiving the leads, and yeah, you connect them through Zapier, and people get the leads. But then after that, you don't know what happened to the lead. You don't have a number to put in for the conversions, the amount of money that you've spent, and how many of these are actually turning into jobs and contracts. So yeah, you're getting leads, but then after that, what do you do?
And that's the problem a lot of roofers have. If I can
Yeah.
tell them, hey, we can generate leads for $50 and $100 a lead, a lot of them mess it up because they don't call them within 5 minutes.
Exactly.
They don't have a system for text and email follow-up. They don't have an inside sales department to kind of make sure that lead gets handled correctly.
Yep.
There's so much nurturing that's involved. Even us trying to assign it to people and manage it over the phone without a automated marketing CRM was really failing.
It was failing.
And we were still making money with our campaigns. We were making a lot.
We knew we were making money, but we didn't know how much we were making.
We couldn't track it
Exactly.
And so when you start spending 30, 40, 50,000 a month, at that time that's what we were spending. Now we're
Yep.
spending 100,000 plus a month
Yep.
easily. And that's just what our RCA, obviously, we're spending money across a lot of different companies, about 40 different companies. The funny thing is that you realize that without a system that you can kind of create a big mess, a big expensive mess. You can build your brand, it's awesome, but we brought Hansel in here to develop technology that would allow us to scale. And so talk to them a little bit about your background and how you got pulled into this roofing business.
So my background has always been in full stack developing, building software, tech, stuff in that nature. I have no experience in roofing, but I guess tech is the same in any industry. But the one thing I noticed here was the lack of one CRM having proper follow-up for a contractor. And I guess with the whole SDU Hub, the whole idea was to grab all 8 of the most popular softwares that everyone has to use to run their business and put it in one centralized place. So we redeveloped pretty much a lot of this technology so that it actually functions a lot better. And I don't know how to explain it, a lot more mainstream, right, for the average business owner.
And what I was looking for,
not just average, I guess,
was,
enterprise level as well.
You know, I was looking for a higher closing percentage with my leads. I was looking to understand my cost per lead, my cost.
And we
per
didn't
job.
want to lose the leads.
And we wanted to make sure also that during the build cycle that I was able to get reviews, get referrals, keep my clients informed, and through text and email automation and communication with the project management CRM, there's no roofing CRM out there right now that is both helping the deals get closed, managing customer reviews, and helping with automated follow-up on collections.
Yeah.
Now, you took it even a step further with cell phone, email and text follow-up, website design, calendar links, reviews functions. You know, so
we have a rebuttal system for the call center. We have a couple of different things as well, man. So,
and so explain to the roofing contractor out there what you saw as the problem with some of these other CRMs.
The main issue with almost 95% of the CRMs out there is connectability, right? They're not accessible with a lot of the other apps or softwares or Facebook, QuickBooks, things that people need to be able to use on a day-to-day basis to actually operate their business. If you're generating leads, all your leads are normally coming in from advertising, or they're coming in from PPC campaigns or YouTube or wherever it's coming in from. They all need to be centralized with one database, or you start to lose that, how do I say, organic feel for the client, right? You want everyone, no matter if someone's talking to them on SMS, on a Facebook Messenger, on a Google Messenger, if it was in a review, if it came from an ad, it stays on one centralized feed on that person's profile.
Yeah, and that's really what happened at RRC. We started scaling so big, all these different departments, all these different CRMs, all these different softwares working together. And, you know, my dad had built a great piece of software, Claim Express. You know, 2012, it was up and running, and you know, the one thing about it was it just didn't communicate with all the different softwares as well as we wanted it to. It just didn't do some of the functions that we needed it to. And what happened was, you know, we had some inefficiencies as we scaled.
Yeah.
And, you know, everybody wants to know, Lee, what CRM are you using? Is it Job Progress, Job Nimbus? You know, I love Job Progress. I think it's a great CRM for, you know, a lot of different kinds of roofers and contractors. I like the project management, the digital production board aspect of Job Nimbus for project management, but estimating, lead management, collections. I didn't like the way Job Nimbus presented its reports. I didn't like the way it allowed me to do the estimates. I didn't like the way it helped me manage, you know, some of the different functions of the roofing business, like doing a quote, like getting different things communicated to customers, and so. Because we had to have our marketing dialed in and we had to have communication between CRMs, it's mainly I wanted to have communication with my clients, salespeople, all the people in my organization, and I didn't want to have to enter it in multiple places. And so when we started connecting CRMs, what was the biggest challenge for you?
Well, the biggest challenge, I guess, was actually mapping that out. Shout out to Aaron. But was mapping out each field. So that became, we had to essentially mirror and recreate all the naming conventions and fields and pipelines and everything that we had in one place.
Listen,
so that we
you're
can have
putting
a
me to sleep
centralized
just
database.
thinking about this shit. So are all the roofers
Yeah.
on here, and I want you to know one thing. You don't have to know all this shit. All you have to know is smart people. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know.
So I figured I was going to bore everybody.
And this man right here has...
Here for the halftime show, fellas.
Really kind of represented what all roofers know the future is. They know that they need the right technology. They know they need the right advertising systems. That social media is taking over, and everybody wants to future-proof their businesses. They see that data is taking over.
Well, future-proofing your business is understanding the business, right? And if you don't have data and you can't ever sit back, map it out,
100%.
and understand how that data has worked for your business, you can't repurpose it, right? It's understanding who you're investing your money into. Has this person already, are we already talking to this individual? Then exclude him from my audience. Am I already this? Then add them to a different audience, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can only understand that with the right CRM.
Absolutely. You know, it's crazy. I mean, how we all got connected and how we're working together here. We've been working together for years. How long have we been working together, Alejandro?
3 years at this point.
And it was about 3 years ago that you started trying to get me into jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it took a while.
Hey, if you're watching this, you're a roofing contractor, I'm about to hit you with the hard pitch. And it took a long time for me because I actually can remember going into a jiu-jitsu gym and watching them train and going, oh, God.
I remember that story.
And then not
You
going back.
You went with the gi and everything.
With everything, I was scared. I looked like a fool, dude. I just didn't want to be embarrassed.
But you didn't box back then either.
Well, I didn't box, but
you wanted to get started into it.
I wanted to get started with a contact sport. Now, look, jiu-jitsu has helped me with mental health. It's helped me with a lot of different things, and it's a whole new community. For one, a lot of good sales recruits have came from the gyms.
Yeah.
For two, it's something that I feel like is really going to keep me excited about life for even longer, and it's something new to be passionate about. But you know, it's funny because
Humbled him out a little bit.
yeah, it's a very humbling thing. All contractors have big egos. They're pretty much successful contractors too. If you're watching this, you're a salesperson. You know, the
Most successful CEOs.
one
yes,
thing
in
about
general.
jiu-jitsu is you got to check your ego at the door.
100%.
And so, you know, talk to them a little bit about what you think that roofers can learn a little bit about jiu-jitsu and how it relates to creating video and getting comfortable on, you know, selling on video. Like the analogy between selling on video and getting better at jiu-jitsu.
So I mean, like it's tough, you know, it's hard, but it's more of a mental thing, you know. It's if you're successful in business, I feel like it relates a lot to jiu-jitsu because people, you know, you go through hardships in business, and you got to have a hard head and a right mindset to get over that and keep going and pushing, right? But also working smarter. So I think that by doing jiu-jitsu, for example, in my case, it helped my consistency and my drive and just my determination to keep going. It doesn't matter if it could be months. It could take you 6 months. You could be horrible at jiu-jitsu, get tapped every single time you go. But if you keep going and you keep pushing and you keep working, eventually you're going to be good and learn. And then, you know, you're going to start tapping people out and you're going to see a big difference if you keep pushing and actually, you know, actively try to learn. And just do it. Just go and do it.
Well, let me kind of break it down for layman's. If you're a roofing contractor, I mean, when you're creating video content, you're worried about what people are going to say or worried about what other people are going to think about you. And I was worried going into that jiu-jitsu gym about, am I going to be on the ground looking like a squid fish? Am I going to get twisted up into a pretzel and get laughed at? Am I going to be Mr. Guy that goes too hardcore rage and then they make an example out of me because I'm an athlete or whatever? And, you know, all these different scenarios running through my head. The main thing was I'm making a mountain out of a molehill because in jiu-jitsu you might get submitted, but people don't try to break your limbs. People don't really try to hurt you. I mean, yeah, they do try to submit you and they do try to get you to, but there is a sportsmanship aspect to it.
Of course,
we're training partners. And, you know, that's the reality of joining a coaching program or getting a marketer is you're looking for not just someone to help you get more leads, but you're looking for someone to coach you at becoming a better marketer. Being a marketer is selling in print, it's selling in video. And so you have to be willing to fail.
100%.
So when we hire, when we bring on a new client, you know, if you're not willing to fail, if you're not willing to put in the work, then we don't want you as a client. And so, you know, as you kind of talk to roofers about creating content, you see them want a content, but they don't. And then you see them do it, you know. Talk to them about maybe some stories of guys that you've seen.
Trey, for example.
Yeah.
Trey. He'd never done a video before. He told me he was going to do it. You know, he was going to do everything in his power to follow the program to the T.
Mm-hmm.
And he was nervous about doing a video. And he sent me his first video, and it was actually pretty good. And it got him a bunch of leads. So, you know, it wasn't perfect, but now he's developed to the point where his videos are really good. And he's consistently getting leads.
First year residential, did more than $1 million. He was a roofing repair guy on a commercial roofer. He sat at this table and said his goal was $350,000. He made more than 6 figures off of one roof, commercial roof, and he generated almost 100 jobs through the marketing campaign.
Yeah.
And all of it started through when he got leads through video from the Facebook campaigns, and he built his first residential jobs.
Yep.
And so
he didn't know insurance. He didn't know none of that stuff.
No.
When he started, so
absolutely,
he went full into the program, and he's seeing the results right now.
So tell me, like, what do you like most about your job and about working with these roofers? What do you think? What is the most fun about this whole process?
It's getting the results, 100%. When I talk to them, it's like, hey, I closed 8 of those leads. You know, they got approved. I'm so happy. I've made 10x or I put in 2,000, I made 20, 30,000 on these Facebook ads. That makes me the most happy, for sure.
It makes me the most happy too.
Yeah,
Because
we're excited.
Well, I mean, look, Trey
They get excited to talk
Trey
to
hired
me.
his brother as the first salesman, but there'll be 5 to 10 more, and next year he'll be on the at the conference with 6 million, 7 million in sales,
For sure.
Whole sales team, and you look at Ricky Southers.
Ricky Sellers.
You first started working with
Yeah.
Ricky Southers right off the bat.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. What was it
Yeah.
like? Because he took a little while, almost 90 days to get going.
Yeah, it took him a while to start shooting videos, to start sending them in and kind of trusting the process. Me guiding him through the ads, but then once he started getting results and he understood the concept, he really honed into it and took it to another level.
If you're watching this and you're a contractor, you're a retail contractor. Ricky was a New Hampshire guy that did retail roofing and decks and exterior. He didn't want to go door to door. He didn't want to do insurance. He joined our program. Alejandro became responsible for the marketing success. We coached him on the videos, and he did the videos with decks, with room add-ons, with fences, but he did it mostly with roofs. He was able to get leads for all those categories. And then with the recruiting campaigns, he hired more salespeople. His company the first year went from 2.2 million to 7.8. This year, they'll do more than $15 million in sales. And, now those guys are actually running their own campaigns, and it's pretty cool to watch them learn it, how to do the whole process start to finish. And really, I'm bringing him as a retail coach inside of Skydiamonds, and there's a lot of value that keeps getting added. And that's what I love about this whole thing. And that's about open source development. But can you explain the concept of open source development?
So open source development is software that's pretty much free on the internet that's developed by the developer community, right? So a lot of people will input to a lot of these open source communities and join their either Slack, Discord, whatever type of.
Right.
It's gonna get really boring very quickly. Me trying to explain
My community is not quite.
The more I think about this, it's gonna get really boring really quick.
Hey, so our community is free. We share here our business strategies, tips, and techniques to help roofers, contractors double, triple, quadruple in sales. We share our network. We share all of our tools, all of our partners, and we do it so that we have the best system. We know that our competition might get the best system too, parts of it and pieces, but we know we're so advanced that we're going to always be how many steps ahead?
I would say at least 10.
And so if they're going to get better, what does that do for us?
That means we get better as well. So
that's how Skydiamonds Elite in the growth program and speak to the growth of the results, us with the recruiting, us with the lead generation, us with the
SDU Hub.
Of just the whole thing. Even me as a leader and a coach. Just speak to the transformation and how contractors, the audience, make it better.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been exponential, You've gotten better in teaching people the systems, how to sell on video. The videos are getting better. Contractors are making better videos now. They're following the scripts. The leads are cheaper right now, and especially with the system that we have now.
What about these iOS updates where they can't, with iOS, can you explain to them what that is?
Yeah, basically Facebook is restricting it. It wasn't like it was 5 years ago that basically you can put any ad up there and it gets approved and you can run it. You can say anything. Now a lot of these ads are getting disapproved because of these updates. So it's really
pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass
100%.
to deal with Facebook. Literally 90% of the ads that I throw out there, I have to go back, put in a ticket, chat with Facebook, tell them that it doesn't violate the policy. So, I mean, it's gotten trickier and trickier, the ad copy and what to say on the video to get results. And it also restricts the results that you get. So you have to know how to navigate that.
Yeah. 100%.
But we've learned how to deal with that and still get great results despite of the fact of that update.
And it's changed the targeting.
Yep.
And it's one of the secret sauces that you have, being able to find homeowners. There used to be a button that said, click homeowners.
Yeah.
What was it like when we could click that button?
I mean, it was awesome. You just click one button, that's it.
But here's the funny thing. What's the difference between the results now and then?
Right now, it's more targeted because right now we're doing laser targeting on Facebook. It's a specific way that I like to target where, the diagram of Ben, that you have a circle, you unite the circles, whatever's in the middle gets targeted. So I create different segments on the targeting, right? So all of them match. Everyone that is in the same, basically you grab homeowners and demographics, and if they're married or whatever, and everyone who meets in the middle gets targeted, so we can target more specifically and better.
Either way, we
on
start
Facebook.
using data and big data to retarget the people who consume our video.
Absolutely.
How important is the retargeting?
Very important. I always
A lot of
have
people don't
targeting
do that.
campaigns. Yeah, you have to. You have to, because it might take someone 6 times or 10 times to watch a video to actually convert. So you want to be nurturing them through videos and ads from the beginning, since they watch 3 seconds of the video until the end. You want to be following them around, So maybe
They're not
at
convinced
the
the first
10th
time,
video,
put them into an education
they're going to
video.
convert
Exactly.
at a better price.
Okay, so look, guys, here's the beautiful thing. Inside of my mastermind and elite network, these guys, they all come with the package. I actually let Alejandro work with you. I let Juan work with you. We're fixing to get into the Google, but Google could be almost arguably more important than Facebook.
100%.
Because of the search.
Yeah.
YouTube, I'm sleeping on the YouTube in some areas. Like what you said
Lately,
about not
yes.
creating enough YouTube content for our
100%.
RCA instead of always creating YouTube content for the roofers. I'm
Yep.
sleeping on that a little bit. So talk to them a little bit about what you do for the company and what we were nobodies on Google. When Juan came in here, I was doing very little Google pay-per-click advertisement. I hated it. I thought Facebook was a lot more profitable. I mean, I did it, but search, organic, SEO, I was a nobody. Reviews, local services, Google My Business, I was a nobody. So talk to them about when you came in here and what you've done to turn that around.
So basically, I had to organize like the entire company in the way that they were running ads on Google, and I basically created an account for each of our offices, and then I had to micromanage basically each of the offices for it to like give you like the best results, because on Google it's very specific. When you target people, the only reason it might be better than Facebook is that people are actually calling you, setting up the appointment right then and there. That's it. And on Google, you have to manage each of the accounts because of the locations that you're targeting, the people. You have to actually see what people looked for that you showed up, and then optimize the search.
You have to pick the exact word you want them to be able to find on. So it's not like you can put an entire category in an area by people. You have to pick every single word you want to trigger.
100%,
and when that word triggers, you understand that person is excessively
What are the biggest
qualified.
mistakes people make in Google advertisement?
There's a lot. There's a
Keywords,
lot.
like I think
a
people
lot.
don't know how to advertise on Google. They say they do, but they really don't.
Proper websites.
You have to
And I'm going to
search.
go back into it. Yeah, proper websites. You have 90% of contractors that we talk to have what's either a gray or blacklisted website. They're
No landing page with the video. No sales message. No special
yeah, it's a lot
offer.
of things. Like the speed of their GT metrics, you know what I mean? Like the actual functionality of the website. At the end of the day, Google needs to understand that even if you're paying to play, whoever they're sending traffic to is also benefiting them as a business.
Yeah.
And if someone's having these very slow metrics, your ads normally go even towards the bottom of a list or not as frequent. So it's
It's a lot more complicated than
Yeah.
Facebook for sure. Like everything has to be connected properly
they don't want you cluttering
for it to
that.
convert.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the coolest thing about the SDU Hub is it unites all of our Facebook campaigns with my Google campaigns and keeps all the metrics in one place. And one of the biggest things we had to challenge was, I mean, you had so many calls coming in.
Yeah.
Sometimes we couldn't
Like
always...
1,000 calls at least a month, and then we needed to be able to actually track those calls, see the qualification of them, see if they were a good lead or not, did they make an appointment or not. All of these things actually help you build a better campaign, and you need that info.
And
You need it.
You know,
It needs to be accessible.
we really kind of... When did we first start advertising on YouTube for homeowners?
I think about
The
a year ago.
The hurricane.
Yeah.
About a year
Lake
ago.
Charles.
And so, you have to make sure that you grab people's attention quickly within the first 5 seconds of the ad. But if you
Yep.
do that,
Yes.
then it can be really beneficial. Tell them about the campaign that we've been running here recently.
I mean, we've gotten like 200 leads for like $70. It was under $40 for a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that if it captures the attention quick and you have a good message and you're selling good on the video, I mean, YouTube
And what's the key? Where are you sending them to after that?
landing page that I built.
Yeah, this main thing on the landing page is that you get
It's made to convert.
It's
Yeah.
not
So-
a website.
At all.
It's a landing
At all.
page.
It's much simpler. It's just
Yeah.
made for people to actually see information they need to book an appointment or give you a call.
Because some people get confused with websites and landing pages.
Completely
Yeah.
different backbones.
So a lot of people I see that they send traffic to websites. It's never going to convert.
So guys, with SDU Hub, the listings, the reviews, Google My Business, local services, what are some ways that these guys can use all these free tools through our platform to get more views and organic searches?
I mean, Hansel made something, an integration with SDU Hub that you can basically just get your company in every single directory ever.
Yeah. That
So
by
I mean,
itself
just by
is
that-
going to help
Okay,
your
by doing that, you
SEO.
create so many
every
backlinks.
listing. And
Every
they're
single
gonna be-
listing
that-
Every
pops up.
directory, yeah.
My
So
mom's a
instead of you
counselor.
physically having to go
Just that
through
alone
there
has got her
manually,
phone ring off
Yeah.
the hook. Now she does $1 million in business.
instead of
So-
you physically or manually having to go into every single directory and
Yeah.
submit your business, it would just throw them all in there, and then you
Explain
can
to
go.
the difference between Google and
quantifying
Business,
all
how
of
it's
them.
like a Facebook page, what they need to do to keep it going.
So basically, Google, like it's a formula. All the time that you're doing something in Google, you have to be posting pictures all the time, creating posts. You have to be active, and the people that you're actually servicing need to give you some type of feedback. Like Google rates you like that. So Google My Business is basically having your business listed on the map, if you want to call it like that. If somebody does a search for like roofing near you, like your ad will pop up on the right. But it's not even an ad; it's free, and this is something that we can get for the clients. Like,
But you have to be
seconds,
updating
basically.
it and posting it and like
What
social
percentage of
media.
the clients already have that done?
I do it for like 80% of them, at
80%.
least.
80% of the roofers and contractors do not have this done. What about local services?
No, I think local services would be like half of them.
Half of them?
They haven't really set it up,
What is-
and
what
then
is-
they have
what is
to
Google local services?
basically gets your phone ringing. I mean, it's very cheap, and you get many. The only thing is that since you're paying like little for these leads,
Their
like
repairs, they're unqualified sometimes.
100%, but you get like 7 repairs a week for like how much, $1,000?
Good.
I mean, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
For long story short, Google local services. When someone puts a roofer in my area on Google,
Yeah.
that's a local service, right?
So-
So, you're going to be one of the first people that shows up on the sponsored
Yeah.
It's
area.
the first
and
thing.
you only pay if you play.
What do you think
it's-
your average cost per lead on Google pay-per-click is right now?
$130, I'd say.
Okay.
Like average overall.
And how many do you think how much do you think for a scheduled appointment?
I mean, I'd say at least like 40%.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. So even worst case scenario, you're spending $350 a lead. If you close at 25%, that's $1,200. I guarantee you I'm making $4,000, $5,000. I'll
Yeah.
spend. And so the Google leads have money a lot of times as the retail cash paying clients. The repairs sometimes turn to replacement cash deals.
Yeah.
100%.
And, insurance guy wants to know how to become more retail. Learning how to buy the leads from Google by winning the pay-per-click game.
Yeah.
And then how do these guys screw the leads up in this process? Because it's a little different than Facebook.
I mean, since the beginning, I don't put just any keyword when I build a campaign. I search for what
But
people.
They screw it up when there's too much competition. They don't get to it quick enough.
Oh, 100%. I mean, yeah, you have people on Google. You have bigger companies that are willing to spend a lot more in Google. So, I mean, the competition is huge.
So
So,
odds are, if you got the lead, they've called 3 other people. So
But
sure.
100%.
chances are the other roofers don't
Yeah, show
call,
quick.
they don't complete the offer, they
Oh,
don't show
100%.
up and look professional, they don't have the references you do, they can't sell and follow up like you. So even Home Advisor, people are worried, it goes to a couple different roofers, but it never goes to someone qualified as you. If you
Yeah.
just step up and do your job, you're all right.
Yeah.
And so
100%.
the thing about it is this Google lead, it might get me into a neighborhood where we get 6 referrals. It may be a place where my door-to-door guys like, man, this company, they provide me leads along with my door-to-door campaigns. I'm gonna stick with them all year. They give me Rolexes when I collect $1 million. These type of things are the reasons why we have a growing sales force. And a lot of our clients struggle. They can't keep people. They can't grow. And it's why we've evolved to be storm catchers, not storm chasers, because we do spend the money on Google, we spend the money on Facebook, we run direct mail campaigns, and that gives us a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
But still, what we do is we use that momentum to get us even more, and maybe even 75-80% of our business comes from referrals and door-to-door that come off of these leads.
Yeah.
And, this is the blue-collar marketing method. One thing I think is really, really cool is pretty much the results. And, we've had probably 3 generations of different elite clients that come a year at a time. Each one of the classes have their own success stories. We've made at least 20 people $1 million in profit to their bottom line, to the owner's pocket. And, what are the characteristics of our most successful students?
They follow the program to the T. They go to the coaching calls. They do the videos with the right scripts, following the scripts, the call to actions. They actually shoot the videos. They're always sending me videos. And they put in the work. They follow the system. If they follow the system, they get me the videos with the scripts that you showed them, what you showed them, they're going to get results. Mm-hmm. So that's it.
A lot of roofers are afraid they don't get a storm or they're going to be in business. How are they going to make money over the winter? And it's like, dude, the longer you put off learning how to advertise for profit, the longer you put off figuring out how to make money online, man, we have a whole division of our company that's going to sell $5 to $10 million worth of roofs virtually this year. And they've only been in that for like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
We're going to be a complete digital roof group. And that brings me a question to y'all. How long into the roofing industry is completely digital?
I mean, you still need human touch.
Yeah, you do, but how long till roofs are getting sold more virtually than they are inside the home?
Say like
5 years at least.
I would say 3 to 5 years.
And you do everything.
We're definitely turning that corner. So I would say 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Well, look, if you're wrong and 30% of the roofs are sold virtually right now, do you know what percentage of roofs are sold virtually? 0.0000001%. So what does that mean for the people that are early adopters in this technology?
Opportunity, money.
Of course, like everything else.
You're going to have a percentage of that pie.
Yeah, of course. You're ahead of the game. You're always going to have more advanced tech, more advanced knowledge, data, everything,
It's
you're going to be able to repurpose it a lot better.
It brings me to an important point. We have a client, Dustin. He had a lot of success, started taking over his ads, and then he, has to have his back running his ads again. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And he had something to say to me, and he said in Atlanta, people started copying the videos.
Yep. That happens a lot.
Okay, and so what do you think got into Dustin's head that prevented him from continued success in Atlanta? Now he's back on it.
He's back on it, yeah.
But what do you think got into his head, and what do you think he could have done to continue to have success?
Maybe getting more creative with the content.
100%.
Yeah, changing it up a little bit.
And that's it, man.
That's it.
And really, you don't have to be that much creative as much as you just need to do volume. I beg to differ. I think, obviously, every time I do the ads, they get better. But, many of y'all have seen my ads. A lot of times I'm either advertising a book, a mini webinar, an event, but they're a lot the same. But they follow a format. A hook, story, offer. The stories get better, the hooks get better, the offers get better. And, the reality is if you want to get great at something, I think Dustin did a bunch of professional videos, and he got used to spending $3,000 a video, and the videos were badass, but they don't always produce.
Yeah.
Because people think that they can spend, or they can only do a few videos, do really good ones, and they don't have to go through the repetitions. But the way you get great at selling on video is making a shitload of videos, testing a shitload of ads. And the reason why it's going to take a long time for someone to catch up to me on how to sell on video, how to sell roofers on video, is because I look around and who's making as much video ads? There's no one out there even trying to do. The only people that are close are the people that we're creating. They're our clients. And
all you need is a phone and a lapel mic, you know what I mean? And I honestly think it's the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it.
Like anything.
Yeah. So the more often you shoot the videos, with time, the videos will eventually be more creative and be better.
Now,
naturally.
There's probably 4 or 5 different ones. I would equate to having 4 different kinds of pitches. Of course, having a fastball, a curveball, and a changeup is your basics. Those are hidden damage, build, and testimonial. But we've got your split finger. We call that the Geico commercial. Hey, don't overpay for your roof. We offer a 15% price value guarantee. My name's Lee Haight. That's a good one. All right. That's like the split finger. You got a lot of different kinds of deals. You got your retail variations that we've come up with, and it's for me being able to I was the first roofing contractor I feel like that went through. I went to Russell Brunson's Funnel Hacker Live, and remember that time? Were you in the company at that time?
I think no, I was with the other company.
Oh, you were in the other company at the time.
Yeah.
And that's when Skydiamonds Elite started. When I joined a marketing program, and Russell Brunson started sending me 1 marketing book a month. And one of the things that I could do a better job with y'all is giving you a better reader's guide for marketing and leveling up and doing better at us doing more copywriting masterminds together. Like I just got an email about one that's $25,000. Be like, I'll pay the $25,000. Can I bring my marketing guy with me and how about 2? I'm always trying to.
Let's do it.
But my point is, guys, getting better at ad copy and getting better at, coming up with really these big ideas. And we got a big idea with SDU Hub, and with basically what's the next move for y'all?
Building this bitch out.
Yeah.
Not sure we're supposed to curse on here, but yeah. I want to see how far we can take it right now. We're adding a bunch of different stuff to it.
Well, I know that listen, there's thousands of contractors just in that one software alone that know that they need the text email automation, but once people realize that we have a Ferrari and that the gasoline for the Ferrari is all.
It's also being able to duplicate yourself, right? It's the same concept with the video. It's if you have a good video and you do it with enough time, you don't have to knock as many doors because you get to duplicate yourself in a bunch of different people's living rooms, right? It's the same concept with a good CRM that has good follow-up.
Well, and that's what it really brings me to right now. What happens when your sales reps or you don't close a deal? That homeowner goes to bed, he researches a lot of other roofers, you create a lot of interest, and they may go get a bunch of other bids. And this whole thing started, I didn't know I was creating Skydiamonds. I wanted to create an automated follow-up for everybody's objection. Oh, you don't think you have damage? Here's some emails that convince you that you do. Oh, you don't think that you need to get 3 bids? Here's some emails that think that. And so over the years, it was always there's using too many different softwares. This one doesn't connect to the roofing software. And so I had it in my Skydiamonds business, but not in my roofing business. Now, with SDU Hub, I'm able to actually close as the owner. And I have to ask you, how would you like me to close and follow up on and video pitch all of your deals? Because here's the thing, I know it's going to increase my closing percentage probably 20-30%. We just implemented a lot of these new follow-up sequences, and we've been working on these things for years. But it's a culmination of the whole thing, and I didn't get it. Sometimes, like I said, it's not about what you know, it's who you know, and a lot of it has to do with Alejandro. Alejandro's been the key piece here, and being behind Alejandro has meant that I'm willing to invest into the future of not just his pay, but how we're going to grow this company. And he's brought in roofing salespeople, marketing managers, software developers, and I mean, sometimes it's funny because a lot of people they are hesitant to pay big money to help. They're hesitant to get high salaries, and basically, I would say that my most valuable asset are the people that work with our companies.
100%.
And if you take, and we got Nick over here creating content, helping me with a lot of copy, a lot of social media stuff. He's a video genius.
Probably seeing his ugly mug.
We in this group right here, we call this the Skydiamonds Treehouse, and it's a little bit of a crazy mix. You're from Ecuador.
Yep.
Your family's Cuban.
Born and raised in Cuba.
Born and raised in Cuba. We got a Michigander over here on the ones and twos. And I'm a bald-headed Texan that's lived everywhere, but I am not world traveled. I have got to get around the world. But here's the deal, guys. This National Roofing League, the one big thing, I don't know if y'all have heard about the National Roofing League, okay? Obviously, we ran a 4th quarter sales challenge. Didn't say a lot about it on the YouTube. Got a ton of people involved. I'm giving away $10,000 by January 1st to the person who best implements my system. But I've committed to give away $100,000 back to the roofing industry, the roofing salespeople, managers, and owners. And we're holding a sales contest. And that sales contest is going to be tracked using SDU Hub. And I tell you one thing. This software connects to, we're going to say any software.
Almost.
And it doesn't matter what roofing CRM you have, you can attach to the SDU Hub, and what it's going to do is it's going to manage all the marketing campaigns. It's going to track
all your follow-ups, SMS.
Give them a little demo real quick.
All right, so the SDU Hub, when you first come in, it's going to be we try to make it as straightforward as we can. So we did try to encompass at least 7 or 8 different softwares into one to streamline the actual marketing pipeline and how that gets distributed throughout the company, right? How you're actually addressing these leads. So in the actual dashboard, you're able to see a simple overview of the opportunities you currently have, the ones that are closed, open, and the ones you've lost. Same thing with your pipeline, which gives you a simple conversion rate. All this is customizable depending on people's necessities, I guess, in their current business, right? Because we all function and use the pipelines completely different. This allows you to have, this has multiple connections. So we're connected not only to Google, but to Facebook and Instagram and anything that's considered social where people can communicate with you, whether that's a message, DM, or leaving a review. The idea is you start to create archives along with your clients where not only do you see the calls, the text messages, the emails, the Facebook messages, everything in one stream, whether it's you, the office admin, or one of the sales rep talking to them, but you can also get a deeper profile along with every client. This carries into everything, even the opportunities, the pipelines, the calendars. That same user is considered one centralized database throughout all accounts. So here you would have the traditional TAC board, project boards, pipelines, opportunities. But here you're able to track the things that are lost, won by agent. Right now, obviously, we're able to see everything. Each individual rep or person can only see the things that are assigned to them. But you can choose to see only what's open, what's been won, lost, abandoned, if it's inside a specific campaign, because you can also use these pipelines to create what we call automations, right? At the end of the day, we need it to be SMSing them, email, doing voice drops, which essentially means they get the missed call and voicemail, but you never actually called them. So now you're dealing with inbound calls versus consistently having to chase someone down. And one of the beauties of that too is the minute you begin communication with a client, the system also has what's called exclusion abilities, right? So it understands that you're already attempting to sell this person. Excuse me. So it will exclude them from your conversion ads, which is what costs the most money, or your lead generation ads. And it will include them into a nurture campaign, which is going to cost a lot less money when you're just trying to get impressions and remind them that you're still around. So you're using your advertising dollar on getting a new consumer versus consistently just casting a net and seeing what you can grab. So there's other ways the same automation can also benefit in the long run. This also has the calendar abilities, which is like Calendly. So even from here, you can set appointments and create an appointment link and send these links to people. You can have a landing page. This connects directly to your Google Calendar. So therefore, it understands the availability you already have. You can create multiple calendars, whether it's for production, marketing, for your personal meetings, for whatever, and you can have all of them assigned and understand what times of the day you're available, what days of the week you're available, and stuff in that nature, just to have everything like a real tight ship. Here we also have obviously the generic contact database. We can, however, connect these contact databases to any external database. So if we were trying to unite it to something you guys are currently run for production, you're able to find a way to connect these two things, and we can still have all those contacts in here. This also gives us email marketing, where we can do it in HTML format, drag and drop. There's some predetermined templates. The HTML builder is pretty intuitive. This is one of the things we're working on now for our personal solar. So you can create a template that you guys want to reuse and reuse and reuse. You can go in here, design something, save it as a template. And then whoever it is you have on marketing already has something branded for you guys. And these templates are visible on anything, whether it's tablet, computer, phone, etc. You can see everything right in here from drag and drop. We also have workflows, which is normally used more for internal assigning, reporting, understanding sales rep leads, how they're being assigned, who's running what, are they running it on a tight schedule, whatever the case is, right? We also have campaigns, which can be used in multiple ways. The main way we normally use campaigns is when we run drips. So drips would be, there was a storm, there was something that happens, and you have a sequence of things that they're doing. You can have one send immediately, one send after 3 days. These are all the things we can do right here. So we can send them everything from messages on Google. So you can have this automatically reply to someone when they leave you a review. So the system can actually understand positive intent. So if someone left you a positive review, the system could automatically reply and say, thank you. The quicker you reply to these reviews, the more Google sees you to be quote unquote interactive on their platform, which is something that benefits their pocket. So they help your business as well with listings and stuff in that nature, right? But here we have the manual call. Why? Because we also have a manual soft phone system inside here. So you could have individual numbers for individual reps. That way you guys can track inbound and outbound calls, or people can be on the go, working from home, but they always have that one consistent number. So this is our current Job Nimbus workflow. So what we did is we created one centralized database and we connected both softwares to it. So anything that happens inside Job Nimbus happens here and vice versa, so that we're able to keep track of the jobs throughout the actual production, to actually understand how much it actually costs to have that job, right? So we want to understand the day we actually acquired the lead, how long did it sit in a pipeline, or how long did it take to convert into a profit, for a lack of a better term. So we have a better understanding of the ROI. Can we measure it based on contingencies? Now we have a contingency stage, right? So every time you sign a contingency, you understand what your ads are actually generating instead of having to wait for an invoice 6 months down the line. So we just try doing this as a way to create more accurate reports.
It's the best CRM I've ever seen for roofing, sales management, and lead management, hands down. And we are including this for free for all of our elite clients. It's individually, you can buy it, purchase. We're trying to figure out how much we're going to sell it for individually. We hadn't even really decided, but the reality is that this has changed my business completely. That is some sexy software. And roofing contractors, you have to be foaming at the mouth to get this follow-up system, to have me, because the videos, man, I'm telling you, when you follow up with each lead and I'm in there and there's a scheduler right there, reschedule the appointment. And you got automated collections, and you're creating websites, you're making phone calls, you're doing text messages, you have it all inside of one system. See, this is what I can tell you is a $100 million roofing business in a box. The ability to advertise for profit, the ability to be able to track it, to be able to control it. And I just want to say thank y'all for the contribution. This means much more than money. It's a big picture vision of family values of what we're trying to do. We know that we're going to use this system for good use to make the most blue collar millionaires in roofing.
Yeah, it's a fun industry. Yeah. There's a lot of moving
It's a fun
parts.
industry, and
the first time he told me, I was like, dude, I develop software. What do you mean roofing?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one of my missions is to make roofing cool, to get a new dynamic of people into the industry. And, some of our counterparts are like, why do you think there needs to be more roofers? I mean, because let me tell you something, man. It's like, look how much opportunity in the Wild West there was. And this construction industry's got a bunch of knuckleheads that don't know technology. Technology's taking over the world. You get some smart people in a room like us, we're just liable to make millions, motherfucker. And that, my friend, is what it's all about. Because with those type of impacts, we're going to be able to change the world, make it a better place, and have a lot of fun doing it. So here's what I want y'all to do. If y'all want to take a look at this Skydiamonds Hub, look, we're going to drop a little link right here where you can schedule a demo with Hansel, with Alejandro. He'll show you how the marketing campaigns work. He'll give you some case studies and some people that he's ran ads for. Juan will talk to you about the Google campaigns. They'll do a free marketing strategy call for you. Just click the link below in the comments. Make sure that you like, subscribe, get notifications, comment any questions you might have about marketing, about software, about CRM, about Google, about Facebook. Man, guys, epic episode. Where can these guys follow you on social media?
My Instagram is Aycart. It's AYCART .
Nice.
That was complicated.
Yeah, a little
It's a little
complicated.
simpler. It's Hansel G. ITSHANSEL.
Nice.
Mine would be @JCSAROL.
Okay.
Fucking weird ass last name.
Click the link below to get your free demo. Appreciate everybody. Thank y'all so much for doing this podcast. And like I said, y'all need to get on the phone. Get my man Alejandro, Juan working with you. Get Hansel, putting SDU Hub into your business. Look forward to seeing everybody in the next episode.